I'm here with Meg, and she is a microarchaeologist here in Ashkelon. And remember, microarchaeologists, they take care of the things that humans leave behind, but we can't see with the human eye. So we can't find them in the sifter, and we can't excavate them using our small and large tools. But you have some special ways of finding out more about the people who lived in ancient Ashkelon that are adding to the story of what's happening here. Can you share some of that with us?
Yeah, one of the things that I do here is I look at the phytolith remains. And phytolith remains are actually the inorganic remains of plants. So they stick along a long time after all of the bark and the leaves disintegrate.
Wow. So then how are you able to, how do you know that that's in the field? What do you look for?
If there's enough of them, you can see a white layer in the dirt. But a lot of times what I'll do is just take a sample of dirt like this, and then with hydrochloric acid, I'll get rid of some of the dirt, and then I'll centrifuge it, which sends all the heavy dirt to the bottom, and the phytoliths will float to the top. And I'll take a sample of that top material, and from that I can look at the microscope and see all the different phytoliths and maybe be able to recognize some plants.
And then centrifuge is when you spin it really, really fast, right?
Yeah.
And the heavy stuff goes down and the lighter things go to the top.
Exactly. There's a sort of special heavy liquid that I use that has a different density than water, so different things will float.
Fantastic. So then, what sorts of things are you able to see in your microscope? Do you have any pictures you could show us of things you've seen?
Yeah, one of the big things we do is what are people eating, and wheat was a really common food back then. So here, this is a picture of a long-celled dendritic phytoliths. And you can see these like long pointy bits coming off the end, and that means that it was domesticated wheat. So it was wheat that humans were growing on purpose in fields and like had been growing for a while.
Okay, makes sense.
But then if you look at this cell, which is pretty similar shape, but it doesn't have the same pointy bits.
Oh yeah, it's a little more wavy.
Exactly. So this type is wild. So this is just grown. You could just find it anywhere out in the wilderness. And so when you see this, you know that humans weren't farming there.
So with this information, we're able to find out what areas in ancient Ashkelon were used for farming and what areas just had wild wheat growing.
Exactly.
What other sorts of things, without showing photos, what other sorts of things have you discovered?
One thing you do is you can find out what materials people are using for building, or you can recognize they had mats in this room. And sometimes you can even say, are they burning wood here? What type of food are they eating in a fire pit?
Wow, that's really, really interesting, Meg. Thank you so much.
No problem.